Wow, 2021 is over. We're here in 2022. I'm just going to go over some of my favorite moments from the last year. All in all, I made it out 91 days on the open water, and I'm just going to go over some of my favorite times. So here we start off. First off, got to start out with the first day of open water fishing from last year. Made it out on the river. It was a pretty good day, super cold and windy. Got into some jerking for some smallmouth. Love fishing the river, love getting there early. And favorite moment, getting into the backwaters and catching some largemouth. This one from pitching underneath this tree. Beautiful largemouth. Caught a couple more back there. And it's feisty. Then, right off the bat, love spring crappie fishing. You get to get out with buddies, you get to catch big fish, and it's so sweet. Definitely something I love doing. And here's huge scene from last year, catching these big crappies, metro area ones, here in the Twin Cities metro area, catching some of these real big crappies. It was a crystal clear day, sun overhead, and came up on this reed patch, and it was loaded with big ones. And here's moment, the biggest one I caught, a little bit over 13, but they're all good ones. And then followed up by getting out crappie fishing in the spring with friends. Great time. Here's me and Rick over in Wisconsin catching some good ones. Weather might have not looked great, but I think we had a really good time. Caught some really good ones, and that was the next one. He's not even that big, he's just wide. Here we go. Moment number 3. Just getting out in Wisconsin, throwing, I guess I don't have it here right now, but just throwing a big scrounger head with this big swim bait, 5-inch Berkley one. I was just on a little lake in Wisconsin, and yeah, I got this one big one right here, just really slowly just dragging that thing along these rocks in this little lake, and I got that fish. Beautiful fish. It's a good one. It made the spring because just doing something a little bit different. It felt right that there should be some fish down there. I know there's some pretty good fish in this lake, and I needed to say something towards the bottom because it was real cold, and I knew the fish were relating to the bottom pretty big. Next moment, of course, you got to go when you, being a tournament fisherman, bass fisherman, you got to go when you win one. And this night with me and Rick once again, Coon Lake, Frankie's night tournament, getting the W, catching 5 big ones, getting out there, and pretty cool. Coon Lake is a lake that I had struggled with a real long time, and have been fortunate the last couple of years that we've had some good finishes. Me and Rick tore it up this night on a little bit of a different spot. We ran around a bunch, and then we finally came to this one. Next moment. This one was from the Champs Tour. I spent a lot of time graphing. Just got the live scope, but spending a bunch of time on Mille Lacs at the time. And this moment right here, super stuck out because, yeah, I saw this fish come up as I was sitting there, dropped it right down, and bam, it came and hit that bait. It was an unreal feeling. You know, I think it happened a couple times, probably twice, at least during this tournament, where I was sitting right above it. And this one was in 8 feet of water, the other one was in like 4 or 5 feet of water. So, tell you how dumb, non-educated the fish were up here on Pelican Lake for this. That was a big moment too. Another big moment, doesn't happen every year, but once in a while I get a chance to get out to Mille Lacs during the spawn. And as anyone from Minnesota or from across the country knows, Mille Lacs is unreal lake. Might not be what it used to be, but still plenty of big ones. There's still smallmouth. Fun as all heck, and we hit it right on the spawn. We got there was a bunch of people that were already there, and they'd already figured out, people had been out there. There was a bunch of people on a lot of the main spawning beds, and so we snuck around and got on some different areas. I caught this big one, this beast, out on a main lake reef, and I don't know if the fish had pushed off or something else, but we saw quite a few beds out on these main lake reefs, and I'm sure this was probably just a female cruising because there's a couple other beds right by it. But we had an absolute blast. Me and Chadenheimer caught a whole ton of fish. This one big one that was over 6, and then caught quite a few 3 to 5 pounders.
What?
Absolute blast of the day.
What does it say? 6'1" to 6'3"? Yeah.
Here we go, Champs Tour Minnetonka, which I've spent oodles and oodles of time out there. But not for numbers, which is what the Champs Tour is, and I was just a little bit off. I really wanted to pitch foil. I saw second place, claims he was pitching foil quite a bit. But every year Minnetonka's losing foil, so there's much less of this every year. So that's what I tried, but as soon as I came up to this spot, just absolutely nothing special about it all. I took one cast because I had like 4 or 5 bites here in practice and left. Something I would never fish in any tournament, but came right up there and one cast and it was absolutely on. I caught so many fish here on this one spot. Basically made most of my comeback. I did so bad the first half that I got, after like an hour of catching fish, I was still behind or like right on the cut line, so I had to run some other spots. Here we go, home waters. I'd been out there the week before. This day was full of all kinds of fish that we normally, it was not spot oriented by any means, as in giant groups of fish. I knew this from the week before, but plenty of moments of scrounging around, just hitting various places to catch what we caught. And tournament fishing, this day was filled with so many highlights with me and Kyle. You can see here's one, him on a dock, just an unspecting one. That's what I'm starting to get used to from all the years of fishing together, is Kyle pulling a big one from somewhere that I didn't necessarily want to fish from. So there's number 1. Number 2 is from a spot we've known about long time. Great moment. We'd never caught him during a tournament there or had a chance to, and we were about to leave. Kyle made one cast and got this one. Beautiful fish. Here's moment number 3 from this day of the absolute unreal day. We still lost, but pulled up to a new spot. We kept watching the spot. Somebody finally pulled off the spot. Pull up here, I pull off my life jacket, make one cast. Bam! I get the big one in, and freaking unreal, because we had 4 or 5 big ones then. We still came in second, but we'd already locked up our team of the year before that, and we've been close so many years before that it was good to be there. Home waters, a little disappointed that we only got second place, but good for Ryan and Luke for tearing it up. But it was a great day full of quite a few good moments. Here we go. Ball time on Mille Lacs. Great day with my uncle Mike, and here's the topper off. Almost 6 pounder to, he got the 6 pounder, which is starting to become regular when we get there in the fall. But beautiful fish, definitely another one of my favorite moments of the year. You got it, buddy. Another favorite moment is boat lift that I had known about on this little lake in the fall for years upon years. Lake was fishing real bad this year for some reason, and you could see it on live scope, all the fish that were down there. We made a direct cast right into this lift that's down there. I used to not fish it because it's in 20 feet of water, and it was on this year. It's freaking unreal that there was that many fish down there for good ones. I caught multiple ones. Me and Rick came back another time and caught fish, but there was definitely some crappies and stuff down there too as well. Here you go, Greenhorn Advanced Wednesday nighter on Goose Lake. Goose Lake's a lake that I don't get to a whole ton. We were grinding around, couple here, couple there, some shallow ones, and we made one last call to go and run with just for a couple casts. And here you go, bam! This is my second cast on the spot, and it's a good one.
Oh my gosh, Kyle.
And made for quite a memorable time for me to get this one in there to complete a nice bag of 5 fish limit. And who thinks, you know, can never get them on the last cast, but this was definitely one of the nights. Beautiful fish, probably 3 pounds or better, from a place that I've only ever caught little ones on.
You ready?
And then my buddy Chad showed me. And yeah, beautiful fish, crazy there. Last second, put this one in the live well and realized that we had to go. So you don't see that all the time. So super cool moment for the summer, and we got it doing a bunch of different things, grinding her out. So pretty cool. Once again, here we go. Another moment, favorite fishing experience of the year was here. I was working, got to leave, and I walked down maybe like a mile to the river, which I haven't been to a long time again, right before I get into Canada, since we're in COVID times, obviously. They might have just opened the border at this point, but hadn't been there in a bunch of years. We did really good at a fishing tournament a long time ago, and here's me. I'd been working all day, working all the time, and just fishing along the bank, kicking it old school, just doing swim bait. I actually had probably one of my fonder moments of the year was this whole outing right here. I caught 15, 16, whatever I say in the video, smallmouth, and then also sauger, and it was an absolute blast just trying to figure them out. I switched that little swim bait, getting down there, and man, they might not have been big ones, but it was an absolute awesome time to be out there. Kiss Your Bass 2021. We won last year. Got to watch Kyle do work. This year, Rapala brought in the reigning Bassmaster Angler of the Year from Minnesota. Fished against him for a bunch of years. So Seth and Dan fished this year against just us little old locals against the reigning Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Awesome day on the water. We struggled to complete all heck, but it was a unreal day to see what happened. Kyle had live scope on. We got close to our one buddies, and we finally got off the bank, and the water had come down on this lake. We didn't know about it because I hadn't been there since way earlier in the year, since they were spawning, and fish had all moved. Usually they're up shallow. A lot of other people fish the lake. We did not know about it. Seth and Dan started out on a deep spot and was catching fish right away. Kyle looked at his live scope and it was just like groups of fish. Bam. And from then on, we just sat there and absolutely hammered on them. I could barely get time to call the fish that I was getting up, netting them. 3.5 pounder. Start to get doing stuff. Bam. Kyle catches another one. It was unreal. Definitely a moment for the year. We didn't do quite as good as we thought, all clones, but we ended up 3rd place. It's unreal time. Got to watch Kyle just absolutely tear him up, have laughs. It's a good time with friends every year. So that one was pretty crazy as well. That's the year. I ended the video. Now I realize I missed something. Rush Lake, Frankie's tournament. Been a while since I'd been out there. Not always my most favorite lake to go to, especially in the summertime, but this one was an absolute blast. I got on one little thing that I realized that the fish were out deep. We kind of had the whole area to ourselves, and you watch from this clip, our biggest one from the night. There's one. We had an absolute blast. Me, Opie and I, Opie tore him up. We caught so many fish. It was unreal how many big ones there are in that lake when they're biting.
Fudge. Is that a Rush Lake tank
So-
right there, dude?
How did I forget that one? I have no idea, but that was another absolute ghast of a night. It was freaking unreal. Blast. So, a lot of big ones. This one was a big one too. So, might not have won a lot of money for 2021 fishing. Wish it could have been a little better. Got her first, made at least to the Champs Tour Tournament of Champions, even though I did terrible. We won one local one around here. Won some money in the Greenhorns and some other stuff, and my fishing buddy Kyle absolutely tore it up this year. Just nationwide tore it up. So, 2021, good year. Those were some of my favorite moments of me on the water. Thanks for watching.